So today we're going to be making an amazing WordPress website or a blog as per your needs, a company website or your personal blog. So we're going to do it in the least time as possible. So let's get started. So here if you can see we have the 2017 theme, which is the theme which you get when you just set up WordPress. So to get started, let's go on to /wp-admin/login. This is the URL from where you would log in. Optionally, you can also log in from wp-login. So these being the places from where you log in. So coming in here, just enter the username and the password you had made while setting up WordPress. So by default, a lot of times the username remains admin. However, the password remains as per choice. Here the username is admin and password admin. So now we are into the coolest part, the WordPress dashboard. So the WordPress dashboard. This is like the control center, the most powerful place. So here you can see there's a quick start guide which has a few links which are going to help you out if you are very new to WordPress. Here you have a few other widgets which you can disable optionally. However, these widgets are often very useful. So now we have a clean dashboard without the widgets. You also have a help column there which you can use to get help and get to the support forums and the documentation for WordPress. WordPress has great support online. So now coming to the appearance of the website. Here there are the three default themes for now: 2017, 2016 and 2015 in the order. However, not being that right. So yeah, here we're gonna be clicking on customize, which is again as a secondary control area for all the looks of your site. And believe me, this is very important to maintain this well. So here we are inside the customizer. It's basically more like a visual customizer where you can check and edit the visual looks as per your choices. So here if you can see, as you scroll down, the background stays constant while the text goes up. That's called parallax scroll. It's used a lot in this theme. Now by clicking the edit option, you can change the site title. Let's make it my company blog. And you can change the tagline. In case you want, you can also remove the display site tagline option, which would remove this from the area, and optional you can display your logo instead. Sounds cool? Try it out by inserting your logo there. The site icon is another very important prospect. It's basically the icon which appears on the top of the browser. That definitely is a must do, and you can have a look. Coming to the menu, you have two menus on WordPress. So WordPress menu system is quite different but quite easy to understand and useful. So we've added a new menu called the default menu. Here you can add your items and select where you want it to appear. So there we have the display locations. We want this to be a top menu, and as you see, the top menu is getting changed as we add icons. This theme furnishes two menus, the top menu and the social links menu. We'll also be having a look at the social links menu. So probably the social links menu is down. Yeah, that's the social links menu. So now we're going to be talking about widgets. So WordPress has two major areas where widgets are shown. First being the sidebar and second being the footer. So this is the footer. So this theme furnishes more than one footer. As in when you say two footers, it means that there are two divisions or two columns in the footer. So we're going to be having a look at that too. And at the same time, we're going to be having a look at other kinds of widgets like the sidebar widget. So most commonly the sidebar widget is found in a lot of blogs. So here we can edit the sidebar widgets. Let's edit them. Let's add a calendar, for example. Just drag it up and put it at the place you want. It's a very easy drag and drop setup. These are the categories for your posts. And let's end it by putting some other great stuff here. Let's add your company name. So let the text say my company. So now we have a sidebar. Let's go into the blog and see how the sidebar looks. There it is. That's the cool sidebar we just made. We can drag it down and make it according to however we want. Now we're going to be trying to increase the size. If you have a little HTML knowledge, this might become very easy for you and often preferable. The text view in WordPress is sometimes very useful to break limitations. So here we're going to be giving it a H1, which is the biggest HTML heading. There it is. We have a cool H1 heading. So I'm removing the find us because currently we don't need it. We have a calendar there. Let me put the search bar above to make it look even better. Let me remove this about the site. So here I am. Here you have a great sidebar, a good looking one. Now coming to the footer. So the two footers, like I said, the footer 1 and the footer 2, they are the columns of a footer. This is the footer 1 and that's the footer 2. So a lot of themes also furnish more than two footers. This makes it a lot easier later on for you to be able to use the theme to the fullest to add various links and other customizations on a better way. Now let's edit the footer 1. We've added a good search bar there and recent commands. Moving on to the footer 2. So the footer 2 can be given about the site, and let's just put some good text. So let's make it we are a cool organization. Sounds cool? Give it your own. So that's there. We have it already. Close this. Now let's add recent posts because we added recent commands there to make it look even better. We have this part set up. It looks quite good. However, we're going to be changing some last stuff to make it look much better now. So we're going to be changing the main picture which you see there. So this is often a major part of a 2017 theme. So let's go to the home. So one of the best features of 2017 is that it allows you to do a lot with this part. You can add a video there, you can add a YouTube video there, in addition to being able to add various header images, and you can even do stuff like randomizing them, which I'll explain later on. So here I have a good picture, BG contact. A point to be mentioned that these images do not belong to me and belong to a team called Hestia, and all the copyright and all the stuff lies in the hands of the authors of Hestia, in this condition being Team Isle. Okay, so let's go ahead, crop the image. So the author was Team Isle of the picture. So this picture is a good looking one, so it's looking really good. You can, so the randomize, if you have more than one choice of header, you can have a look at all of them and you can simply click on randomize. So all the 2 to 3 headers which you've uploaded would keep randomizing every time someone opens. So one person would see a person on a laptop, the other person on a mobile phone. Completely a choice. You have to just click on randomize upload headers. Okay, so just close the customizer first. So the widgets and menus which you change there, you have an option to change them right here, which you can do optionally. Let's delete this comment, we don't need it. It's created by WordPress automatically. These are the pages which were being seen there. Let's have a look. This was the about page. Let me just open it on a new tab in case we need it. Most probably not. Yeah, so I see there's an error. You might face similar dialog boxes, so I guess you can simply close it. It's a very simple CSS dialog box due to some server problem, most probably because I'm using a local host or something. So most probably you shouldn't face similar problems. If you do, let me know, I might be able to help you out, and most problems can be simply resolved by closing it. So here we have it. Just simply click on the crossbar and let it close if you face the same problem. It's also failed to load CSS content error. So let's make a sample blog. Let's make a really cool one. You can add images and do a lot of stuff. Let's add categories. Let's add a few cool tags like some good hashtags. Set a nice featured image. You can change the featured image right from there. And now you can publish it. So good going. We can also see our categories and tags from the categories and tags under the posts. So we have it ready. Let's move ahead. So this is the media bar. If you have a lot of pictures uploaded, you want to manage them at one place, you've come to the right place. That's the media library or the media bar. You get to manage all your media, maybe pictures, videos, voices from here. So here are the users. If you want to open registration for other people and other stuff, you can do that all with WordPress just by using the users area. So these are few good themes when you edit your profile you can do. I normally prefer using the default. However, you have a lot of good themes like the light, the ocean, the blue, and all that. I prefer the default, else the midnight or the ectoplasm. So there we are, quite good. Let's move ahead. You can do the stuff. You can change your nickname, whatever you want people to see it as. Let's just change it simply, make it an example, and now you'll get an option most probably. You can also add your last name and other details if you wish to, being a complete choice. So these are just some other fields that WordPress provides. This is my favorite feature, the sessions log out everywhere else. Often you forget to log out of a public computer, or you want to log out in your everywhere else. Currently I'm logged in here, so the option is not visible. Else you can click here and it logs out everywhere else, which is my favorite feature. You can change your password from here too. Let's go ahead to tools. This isn't so useful. However, for some people this is often very useful. Often I personally don't use it ever. So you can add this press this bar and it will help you convert anything into a blog post just by clicking it. It's available for the mobile, and or you can add it to your Google Chrome bookmarks or any other browser which you use. The import and the export are very useful. When I'm migrating my site, I can import it from another place, or I can export this site into another place. So this is very useful. So you can take it from Blogger, Blogroll, and often all these websites also accept your WordPress site if you're migrating. So it's an extended RSS. Okay, so now we are going to be having a quick look over the settings and we're good to go. So here, this is like the privacy locker, which you have all the details of what you want to do. You can add, anyone can register. If you want people to register, you can give them a starting role. You can set up your computer of the computer running your website here, as in the brain of the website, the date and all, how it needs to work. Another amazing feature of WordPress, if you aren't often friendly with the WordPress dashboard or might not use it a lot, you have this amazing feature that whatever you want to upload, simply take an email ID and send it to the email ID. So when it comes to the email ID, WordPress will accept it and post it automatically. That is one of the best features indeed, because you can post by simply sending an email. Do tell me how you're liking this in the comments below. Please like and share. Let's go ahead now. If you see the reading bar here, so here you can choose your latest post or a static page. So I'm discouraging search engines because this is just a test site on my computer's local host. So here you have some other stuff, from discussions to media to a lot of other stuff, which I completely would advise you to try. I'm currently switching off avatars, which is another amazing feature taken from Gravatars. So now if you can see near the admin, I've just got a simple pic. It's no avatar. So here we're gonna quickly install the two major plugins which are gonna help us out with the whole thing, which are WooCommerce and add-on plugin for WooCommerce, which is the WooCommerce Pay You Money or Pay You Base add-on. This is extremely useful for enabling engine payment gateways into the process. So here we are inside the WooCommerce setup. So let's just quickly finish this setup. So this setup just takes us through the basic stuff which we would need to have WooCommerce running. So here we have it. So here you can simply choose your payment gateways that you'd like to enable. Just fill in some shipping details. What rates would you allow? I currently would advise to untick these two. However, you can use these for a client site or when you're doing it actually. Okay, now coming to the WooCommerce add-on plugin. The WooCommerce add-on plugin can be activated from right here, and after activating it, we'll be just setting it up so as to using all payment gateways inside your website with this one plugin. We're going to be using it in test mode and currently not going to be entering any actual details. However, you can do that later. So we're setting up a shipping class, although this is not needed at all, but and is only for reference. However, you can skip this step in case, or for organization you can keep these steps. So here you have to tick Pay You India, which is the payment gateway we are using, and untick cash on delivery, which we had ticked earlier. So here you have to tick certain boxes like allow registration on the My Account page, which is highly recommended. So here you are. You have an email and setup which is often self-sufficient and doesn't need anything to be done. So here we're done with the complete setup, and we can move ahead. So here is the place where you see your statistics for later uses, and here you can see the status of the running of your website. Moving ahead, you have few add-ons, however we aren't going to be looking into them. Now we're going to be trying to add a coupon code like 50O. Whoever uses this coupon code, we're going to give him a 50 rupees off onto all his transactions. You will see your orders also from the WooCommerce tab, the first option. Let's go ahead and add a few products. When you go ahead to add a few products, you enter the product screen. Just simply put in the name of the product, some description, keep it as simple as possible. No need to write a lot. Normally write the weight and some stuff which people would read first whenever they are going ahead to buy a product. So I think this is quite good. We can keep moving ahead now. So just enter the price and the sales price, and here the inventory, make it in stock and set up the other details too. So WooCommerce also furnishes a lot of other kinds of products except for simple products, it does variable products where you can have different categories, like you can have a different time and date for other stuff, and you can have different sizes. So now we've set up a sale too, so a sale will last for a certain date as we provided. Add a few product tags to make it easier to find when searched. These are like hashtags you use on social networks and are very, very useful. So now we'll add a category. Let's make it as simple as possible just for an example, and we've ticked the category, which gets automatically. We can add other products to the category too. Let's go ahead and upload a picture. So here you have the image. Just set this as a product image. Here you are, your first product is ready. We'll go ahead and do some customizations further. So here we are, this is your first product. It looks good. However, we'll have to change some stuff, and we'll have to do customizations because earlier we were just setting up a blog. However, in this section we turned it into an e-commerce store. So to turn it into an e-commerce store, we'll be doing some stuff. We made the front page the shop. Let's change the top image first, because this top image is not too related to the cycling. Let's try this out. It's a recommendation to often try out a lot of images before you finalize, because few might get blurred, and you need to make sure that and avoid them getting blurred. So let's wait and see if this gets blurred. Yeah, as you can see, it's got a little blurred, and a lot actually. So now I have another image which I'm going to try to upload. This should work better because it's a user size of a picture. I would like to say that all these images are from Google using the tool labeled for reuse, and few are elsewhere, and all the rights, copyrights are in the hands of the owner, and they are just used for this tutorial. So here you have it. You have the cycle one coming in here. Let's go ahead and complete the further setup, and you should be good to go. If you can see, the top part of the page looks really well as of now. The picture and the menu suit each other very well. So now we'll go ahead and add a few products. A lot of people tend to add it as a post. However, this is a very common mistake and often gets a lot of confusion if you term products and posts together, and it's very avoidable just with some sense. So when you come into products, you can click on add new product, and we have the cycle 2 right here. Let's just enter a price and keep going ahead. We have a price for this. We'll be doing the same activity a number of times, and we'll be adding for a number of products, as many as we can, to make it look as good as possible. This is called multiple uploads, and it's a really good feature of WordPress that you can upload more than a picture at the same time. So we've uploaded a number of pictures, making it much easier. So if you can see, we've done for about 6 cycles as of now. We're going to be doing the same process repetitively until we have a good number of stock units. About 8 to 9 or 8 to 10 in fact should be really good, and then we can move ahead. So as you can see, we have 8 to 9 product units now. Let's move ahead. We can save the customizer as of now to get all the customizations we had made. We've also added a site icon, if you didn't notice, to make the site look better in the 2 site icons. Now let's just reload this page. And there you have it, your amazing website. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? According to me, it does. You have all of them. Let's just do a little demo before we finish up. So we're gonna be applying a coupon. If you remember, we didn't make a coupon, 50 euro. Let's just apply it, and we got a 50% off. Let's click proceed to checkout. Our payment gateway is still in the test version, so should happen. Here they've given us some details which we can use. So I'm going to be entering my own details to make it easier for you. And simply click on place order, and you should be redirected to the payment gateway where you enter these details. I'm not sure if you did notice, but one small thing did get left: the menu. So we're going to quickly customize and change the menu to make it look better according to an e-commerce perspective. So here we have it. We are customizing the menu. We are adding a my account, a checkout, a cart to it, and the home already exists, and removing the excess items, and now clicking on the save and publish. We are done with it. Let's just wait for the process to complete, and we can move ahead. There we are. We have it ready.